Hi. I changed the setting on my camera before this. I don't know if you can actually tell a difference. I'm actually such a newbie when it comes to filming things, even though I've been doing it for 4 years, but that's besides the point. Anyways, there's a new app called NGL, which I think is not gonna lie. Basically, you share it to your Instagram story and people can send you anonymous questions. And I've noticed it gets a lot more traction because it's anonymous versus just having people ask you questions directly on Instagram. So anyways, I have a few questions that I want to answer for you guys, but first, I filmed some random clips throughout the last couple days, so let's roll those. Like basking in the sun. It's been such a good day. I got up early and went to the grocery store. I am so annoyed, you guys. I went to the grocery store at about 8. I think I got there just before 8 o'clock because I wanted to just like get it done and get back home. I was like too early apparently because they hadn't restocked any of the fruit, which is kind of the only thing I went there for since I got everything else on Amazon Fresh this week. Anyways, I've refilled our waters and bought eggs, but I'm gonna have to go back and get all of our fruit, which is so annoying. But now I'm ready to get some sun. One of the newer TikTok trends where you like put your leg up and you spin it and you go and do like a split thing. Fully was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to do this. And then I did it and it reminded me that, oh yeah, you were a competitive dancer for like a long freaking time. So now I want to show you. I'm just so impressed with myself. The fact that I could still do this. I don't know if I can do it in this hallway. It's kind of small, but you go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's not enough room to put my leg out, but okay, hold on. Let's move somewhere else. Okay, hopefully this is better. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Woo! There's just this rush you get from being upside down in a split. I don't know. I have had fun doing that. Sometimes when I look at myself and go, I'm 24, it makes me feel so freaking old. And my brain goes, you can't do stuff like that. You're literally 24. And then I do it and I'm like, I feel 14 again. But anyways, I'm thinking about going back to Smith's to get the freaking fruit. All they had was strawberries and blackberries. So I got 3 things of strawberries and 4 blackberries. We're missing raspberries and blueberries. It's getting rough out here. All right, also I forgot really quickly, I want to show you something we got. I'm so excited. I'm actually working with a brand on Instagram, so you'll see me talk about it there with like more information and a discount code, but I'm actually just so obsessed. I want to show you here on YouTube too. So hopefully you can see it okay with it being bright outside. Oh, I can just do it from my phone. What am I doing? Okay, let's turn them on. Did you see it? It's really hard to see right now because it's so bright outside, but I put LED strip light. Oh, there we go. How fun! I love them. I just wanted to share that. I'm loving having the red light to go to sleep. It's supposed to be good for your sleep cycle and help you sleep. Let's get into these anonymous questions. I answered a lot of them on my Instagram story, and then I was like, wait, I should be doing this on YouTube because some of them had really in-depth answers, but I had to cut it short for Instagram story purposes. So anyways, I'm gonna answer the rest of them. First one is biggest insecurity, and I'm gonna give you 2 separate answers: a physical appearance insecurity and then like a non-physical one, like a personality one, I guess. Physical, there's kind of a couple. Wow, okay, I'm just putting myself all out here right now. First of all, when I smile, this eye closes way more than the other eye. It's not a lazy eye, it's like a lazy eyelid. Like it just closes more. You've probably noticed. And then also my crooked bottom teeth drives me crazy. I had braces when I was a kid, and then I had a retainer, but little me did not want to keep up with a retainer, so I have crooked teeth again. More personality wise, I would say how passionate I get about something without having the capabilities to speak about it to other people. For example, I'm really passionate, say for instance, politics, but sometimes I don't know how to hold a conversation with someone about a specific topic because I get nervous that I might say the wrong thing or not know how to respond, and that just makes me really nervous. So one of my biggest insecurities is just feeling like I'm not educated enough on any specific topic to actually talk about it, which is why I shy away a lot of the times from talking about stuff that really interests me because I feel like I might screw it up. This question is interesting because I feel like I've shared this so much, but I'll answer it anyways because maybe there's some new faces. It says, do you have a degree and what career are you in? I do not have a degree. I attended UNLV college for 1 year as a business major and I absolutely hated the entire thing, so I dropped out. And then about 6 to 8 months later, I decided I was going to try to do online schooling for interior design. So I worked on that for a few months and also hated that because interior design is not the same as interior decorating, and I had to learn that the hard way. I don't know anything about architecture, 3D images, that I couldn't do it, so I quit that course as well. That's all the schooling I've done. So I don't have any specific degree, just a few college credits. The career I'm currently in right now, obviously social media, that's my main focus, but also I work part-time at a coffee shop slash bar situation, and I normally work the nights, which is like the bar happy hours. So that's kind of what I do for a sustainable income that's like guaranteed, while I'm also working on social media to hopefully get an income out of that as well. Speaking of jobs, I didn't realize I had so many job questions. This one says, how many jobs have you had and where? I should have read these questions beforehand because that's going to take me a second, but my first job was at a car wash. In high school, I worked for Fabulous Freddy's, did some car washing and did some gas pumping. Then I worked at Hobby Lobby. I did that for a year and a half. Then I moved over to a tanning salon and I was there for maybe 4-ish months, and that was just a mess in itself. Tanning salons are wild. I might have had like some small jobs in between that I don't count. If I was there for a week or 2 weeks, I don't really consider it because I did like a cleaning job for a week. I worked in a chiropractor's office for a week. Things like that I'm not going to count. So we're at 4 so far. The next like job I actually held was Bob's Discount Furniture. I was an office associate and I did that for a year and a half. And then I worked for a law firm, Morgan & Morgan, for maybe a month from home during COVID. And then the last job, Penny Mac, doing like home loan sales over the phone at home as well, which was also stressful. Sales absolutely sucks and it was taking up too much of my time and I wasn't able to focus on social media, which is when I was like really trying to like get into growing my social media. So if you add my current job, coffee, I've had 8 real jobs, I guess. I don't know, do the ones you stay at for 4 months even count? Maybe not. So if you looked at my resume right now, you'd be like, girl, what? Which is okay because I really don't plan on having a traditional job for the rest of my life, and I definitely don't find myself having a like serious traditional job ever. Not anything that would require like a nice good degree and resume, so I'm okay with that. Something juicy we'll get into, touchy subject for some people, especially in my life and my relationship, so I'm not going to go into detail, but someone said first time experience and then they put the little hiding emoji, so I'm assuming they mean first time doing you know what. All the details I'll give you. It was with my current boyfriend. It was on Valentine's Day. I was 19, he was 18 because we're 3 months apart. It was just about to be his birthday. That's all you need to know, I guess. Last question I will answer, another touchy one. Be respectful as I can in my relationship to answer this question while still giving you probably the information you're looking for. It says, why haven't you gotten married yet if you live with your boyfriend and have been with him for so long? So many people on Instagram didn't even know I had a boyfriend, which is so funny to me because I realize I never post with him. You know, when you're in like a new relationship and you take so many pictures together and you post them and yada yada. Well, we've been together for 7.5 years now, so we're kind of past that constantly taking selfies together phase, so we never post together. To me, I just thought people knew because I've been sharing him on social media since we've been together, so I forget that people that are new coming to my pages don't realize that. But anyways, yes, we've been together for 7.5 years. We've lived together for, it'll be 5 years that we've lived together this coming August. And no, we are not married. We're not even engaged yet. We're still just boyfriend and girlfriend. And I get this question a lot in both my personal life with family and friends and then also on social media because it does seem unusual to see a couple be together for so long and not be married, especially if they've been living together for so long. Out of respect for my boyfriend's privacy, I will just say it just hasn't been the right time yet. And I don't want to like push him or give him some kind of crazy ultimatum or anything like that because I do love him and he loves me, and we know we're eventually going to get married and we're going to spend the rest of our lives with each other, so there's not a huge rush. We're basically married based on like our lifestyle and how we already live together. There's not really anything that would change when we get married besides a couple things, so it's not something we're rushing into. It's definitely something that I desire and I would have preferred to happen years ago, but I'm not like super distraught about it, and I'm okay with our relationship still, and it's something that will eventually be in the works. It's something we talk about all the time. I think people get the impression that because we're not married, it's just something we never think about. It's something we've been having open conversation about for probably 3 or 4 years now, so it's definitely on the table and it's being talked about. I just think everyone moves at their own pace and everyone has their own struggles with their past, and everyone just has their own timeline. We will get married on our own time, and I'm leaving that up to Zachary to do on his timeline. Obviously, he's the man in our relationship, and you guys know I'm very traditional when it comes to relationships and marriages, so I'm not pushing anything. He is the leader in our relationship. I'm just letting it be on his timeline. That's all the questions for now. Follow me on Instagram if you want to be part of the next questionnaire scenario, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!